So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the media, and all those following us on other social media platforms. Good morning. It is my honor to welcome you all to this significant press conference hosted by Liberia National Police today. We gather here to provide crucial updates on ongoing investigations and share the remarkable progress made in resolving cold cases. At the podium today, we have the distinguished Inspector General of Police, Honorable Gregory O. W. Coleman, his unwavering commitment to upholding justice, maintaining peace, and ensuring the safety of our citizens has been instrumental in advancing our law enforcement efforts. The IGP will address you shortly, shedding light on recent breakthroughs, collaborative initiatives, and the tireless effort of our dedicated officers. His leadership has been pivotal in strengthening community engagement, enhancing community police relations, and fostering transparency within our ranks. On this note, without further ado, I invite to the podium the Inspector General Coleman to address this press briefing. Welcome to the podium.
Good morning to all. In continuation of our commitment to transparency and accountability to the people of Liberia, we will continue to update the public as we proceed with investigations and ongoing operational activities meant to keep this nation safe and continue to build safe communities where our children can grow in peace and get developed to be the future leaders that we expect to see the continuation of this nation handed over to. Over the last 4 months, the Intelligence Department has been working very, very hard, cataloging criminal hideouts around Monrovia and the rest of the country. And that exercise has been completed. We have started an operational exercise in the city of Monrovia and its suburbs, where we've identified over 538 criminal hideouts. As I speak to you, the operational team is out on the field, raiding those areas, reuniting young children with their parents, and making arrests where necessary. Criminals are being profiled, and we're trying to just keep the city calm, keep the peace, and make sure that people can move around freely to be able to carry out their daily activities. As part of the exercises, we've been engaged in a lot of operational issues with drug peddlers, because the two are going hand in hand. So we are going to be over the next day, today or so, contacting the DEA to also form a part of the exercise, because our intention was not to go after drugs, but rather the criminals. But coincidentally, everywhere we hit has been infested with drugs. So we are now inviting the DEA to be a part of the exercise so that they can complement our efforts as well. The cold cases that we have been working on over the period of time, we've had some challenges. Notwithstanding, we've also had some breakthrough in some of those cases. We have a team of dedicated investigators here who have been tirelessly working, going around the country, collecting evidence, pieces of evidence on these different cases, and we've been able to successfully conclude 2 of them that I will give you a summary, and I will have the investigators, 3 of the investigators come at different intervals to speak about the detailed activities that they carried out in bringing some of these matters to closure. I know trust in law enforcement is at its all-time low, and that's due to bad governance and some of the shocks that this nation has experienced. We're having a conversation the other day and just discussing Monrovia, looking at how it was before the years of the war and what it turned into. But there was something quite revealing that I would like to share here. In the normal order of things, any city will grow exponentially. People will plan to, that you have more citizens coming in. One morning, Monrovia got up to a shock, and there were over 1 million people here without any planning to accommodate those people. Till today, the city has not recovered from the shock. That shock continues to plague us in so many ways that it has almost made Monrovia one of West Africa's biggest urban ghettos. We are committed to ensure that the dignity and honor of this place is restored by ensuring that law and order exists here and that we are able to create an enabling and friendly environment to welcome our guests while this nation push forward for tourism. We have to ensure that people are comfortable and they're safe, that when they come into this city, they're able to move around freely. I would like to begin with the seizure of arms and ammunition and assorted military hardware from the Freeport of Monrovia and the G4 community, Groville, which was shipped into the country by suspect Boyd Benjamin Baker from the United States. He has been charged in absentia on multiple charges to include criminal conspiracy, smuggling, supplying arms, destructive devices, and possession and sale of physical objects of lethal use. These incidents occur on the 4th of January 6, 2023. This case, the investigation started, it went cool, it never ended. However, it has come to a logical conclusion. We have charged several suspects and they have been sent to court. However, I would allow one of the investigators to come in and give a detailed explanation as to all of the efforts that were exerted in making sure that these those who were charged were given the due process. Mr. Howard, thank
you. Good morning. My name is Harold Jones. I'm coordinator of the Cold Case Unit, LNP. We've charged Mr. Benjamin Boyd Baker, that lives in the United States of America, for multiple charges, as the director of police just said. And in Liberia, we have Barbara Deba and Ezekiel Tama. Both of them have been charged with criminal facilitation, smuggling, aiding, commission of crime, and a sister, Madam Annie Baker Knuckles. She also in the United States. She also being charged in abstention. So at this point, I can take questions if I need to go beyond. For the Liberia National Police, there are officers that carry on the search and seizure at the home of suspect Benjamin Boyd Baker. And police carry on some impropriety that the administration of the Liberian police took actions on. DCP Frederick Nippy, ACP Amos Alfonso Pippin were suspended and they served a term of suspension for full supervision. Three or four officers also were sent to the Professional Standard Division, subsequently sent to the criminal investigation. 2 officers were found liable for crime, and Officer Teddy Warner and Superintendent Kennedy were dismissed and will be charged and forwarded to court for crime during the execution of the search and seizure. Thanks.
One thing we want to assure the people, I know one of the concerns around this particular issue was that the weapons have ended up in the wrong hands. We can safely inform the general public that all of the weapons have been retrieved and they are all presently accounted for here at in the army of the Liberia National Police. The next case we'll be looking at is the 3 missing boys. I will call the investigator Afriquad, and he will give you the detailed steps, everything that was done to reach to the conclusion we have today as it relates to the 3 missing boys. As we all can recall, this was one of the issues that a lot of people have been concerned about, because there hasn't been a closure on this matter, and we are not trying here to bring down anybody who previously investigated this issue. It's just that the reputation of the institution is hinged upon this, and that's why we're doing everything to exert every effort to ensure that we make sure that the matter is concluded and in an acceptable manner, exhausting all law enforcement techniques from a free and fair angle. To date, this case, Mr. White will give you the details as per all of the occurrences and how the conclusion have been reached to where we are today, Mr. White.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. I'm Alfred T. Quire of the OK unit, Liberia National Police. Reference the St. Moses issue. It was initially investigated in the year 2020. But looking at the nature and the significance of the case and the public outcry, the Director of Police was far-sighted in instructing the court case unit to unearth this matter. And we resurrected the entire issue. And during the process, we paid a visit in Bong Mines, where the incident occurred in the St. Paul River. We visited the villages, towns, and spoke with eyewitnesses, witnesses. I will have given a pertinent issue reference to the incident. We all visited it, also visited the crime scene. Okay. And predicated upon that, we realized that, it was established that Siafa Boyman, Robert Blamo Jr., and Bobby Banquet, who were victimized during the process, were in the canoe were capsized on the St. Paul River on October 17, 2020. It was established that Siafa Boyman got drowned. The body was discovered. The body was identified by eyewitnesses based upon the clothes that he was wearing. But the other 2 bodies, in person of Robert Blamo Jr. and Barbara Banquet, we did not find them, or we have not discovered, or don't know the whereabouts of the person. So, in accordance with Chapter 25 and Subchapter 25.3 of the Civil Procedure Law of the Republic of Liberia, with caption Presumption of Death and Presumption of Life and Death, which states that when a person is missing and when he has not been heard from or communicated with within the period of 7 years, then that person is presumed dead. And looking at the time frame of the incident of the person, the 7 years are not elapsed. So we still take Bobby Banquet and Robert Blamo Jr. to be missing, but the investigation is ongoing. As for those who were accused in person of Moses Absalom of St. Moses and Abraham Samuels, there were no criminality established. There was no criminality established to hold them culpable of whatsoever incident that occurred. From our investigation conclusion, it was natural disaster. So I rest for now.
Thank you. So, that is it for now with the missing boys. As the investigator rightfully said, one person has been identified, and the body that was retrieved was carefully analyzed. There were no body parts seen to be missing, which would have indicated some ritualistic activities around it. The corpse was intact. The shoes were still on the feet. The clothes were still on the body that was recovered, and that matched with the eyewitnesses who were on the scene from both ends of the river, where he left his motorbike and boarded the canoe. So when the body was recovered, they were able to identify that yes, this was one of the people who did get on the canoe. So one person has been declared dead, and two persons missing in accordance with the law until we reach a period of 7 years. If we do not find or hear from them, then at that point in time, then they can be declared dead. But for now, the other two are declared missing, and there's no criminality established so far in this case. The court case unit is also looking at the investigation surrounding the death of Mr. Bate Yuswa. And there's been a series of activities around this investigation, a couple of letters written out to date. The court case unit has sent out a couple of letters to people of interest to the investigation. People of interest who have some information to help with the investigation, and all of those who have been invited at this point have been placed at some point of the event, from the house to the hospital, somewhere in between there. All of these people have been placed at some point. And those who have been invited for questioning or for support to the investigation, Councilor Norris Twe, Dr. Emmanuel Red, Mr. James Thompson, Mr. Tina J. Moore, Mr. Gibson H. Tumbe, Mr. Rawa S. Keta, S.M. Keta, Mr. Musa Sisse, Ms. Hawa Mewa Pia, and Ms. Florence Zimwan, and Mr. Joe Tupa. These people have been invited to come over for investigation. Some of them have been coming to the police. The police have been speaking with them. And from the conversation with the police, there are additional letters that are to be going out. And two of the additional letters that will be going out later this week for Mr. Dr. William Jala and former Minister of Finance Samuel Twe. And Honorable Bill Twawe. I think the letters have already been dispatched to them. We haven't spoken to them yet, but all of these people have been placed at some point in time with the investigation. The investigation continues. The cold case unit is active. We have other cases we're looking into, but so far so good with the missing boys issue. We concur with the previous investigation. It's just that we are now saying that these people are not declared dead by law. They are missing until we can reach the prescribed time within the law. So at this point, I would like to rest and take some questions, if any.
So we're now entertaining questions from the media, and I would like you to raise your hand if you want to have a question.
But one before, I think I missed one of the names. I think the last person who's being invited here is Mr. Tikon Williams.
Yeah.
Tikon Williams, yeah.
So you have your time to ask questions, and you will be addressed.
Yes, please.
My name is Fabian Kia, and I report for State Radio in LBS. My question has to do with the arms in question. And you did name suspects who are in absentia. Initially, when the arms were being brought here at the police station and being put on display in this very building, there were some officers naming the kind of weapons they use. So my question is, will those guys or persons that just listed in absentia Will there be report just in case of questioning or before the report here in Liberia because someone out of the country?
So when we charge you in absentia, it means that you're not here, but we forwarded the information to the court. So there's an arrest warrant out for you. At any point in time that you show up, you could be arrested. More so, the arrest warrant and the indictment has been turned over to the Interpol division for the issuance of a notice that will be on the I-247 dash at any airport around the world that they show up to, you will be arrested.
Yes. No question.
If there's no further question, thank you all.
We want to thank you for final speech. Special conclusion has been addressed by the Inspector of Police.